Now, I came here on serious business. There's a job I want you to do for me.
Computer, freeze program. Clear. Computer, this still isn't right. One kind of violence has been substituted for another. Reconfigure.
You may continue.
Thank you. You're true ducking me, Hill! Computer, freeze program!
Increase to full power!
It was me that creeps. I feel like something's watching us.
Mr. Savick, you go right on quoting regulations.
Hello, computer.
I knew I would.
You betrayed your uniform!
Target their cargo hold. Time to take out the garbage.
Smooth as an android's bottom, eh, Data?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Inspires to be better than I am.
Come on. You'll be fine.
5 years in space. God help me.
This is the best day of my life!
A phaser? You didn't use it? Swords are fun.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Welcome back to another Retrek review, where each week we talk about Star Trek. And this week we're talking about episode 19 of season 2 of Star Trek The Next Generation. And that episode is entitled Manhunt. It originally aired June 19th, 1989. It was written by Terry Devereaux. That's an interesting name.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Rob Bowman, a returning director who had done previously Where No One Has Gone Before, The Battle, Too Short a Season, Datalore, Heart of Glory, The Child, Elementary Dear Data, A Matter of Honor, The Dolphin, and Q Who. The synopsis for Manhunt is Lwaxana Troi arrives on the Enterprise, intent on finding a husband. We also had additional guest stars this week. We had Majel Barrett as Lwaxana Troi, and also the computer voice. We had Robert Costanzo as Slade Bender, the guy who burst in with the Tommy gun.
Oh.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He's Sergeant Vito Lorenzo in Die Hard 2. He's Sal in City Slickers. He also voices Harvey Bullock in 21 episodes of Batman the Animated Series. He's like the big heavyweight detective guy from that show.
Oh, yeah.
And he also was Joey Tribbiani Sr., Joey's father in Friends.
Okay.
Then we had Carol Shukin as Mr. Home, Rod Arentz as Rex, a character actor, Colin Meaney as Miles O'Brien, Robert O'Reilly as Scarface, one of the in-between gangster that came in with Picard.
Yeah.
Rhonda Aldrich as Madeline, and you would never know it, but it's true, Mick Fleetwood as the Antedian dignitary.
Cool.
And we'll get into that in trivia. But
Yeah.
but before we move on to comments and subscribers to the channel, let's first go over to Caleb and ask Caleb what he thought of the episode.
Not a fan. I wanted to like it, but I just didn't. There's parts of it that are good that I enjoyed.
Sure.
Like always. But man, there's a lot of bad in it.
It's not a lot of great in it. No.
No. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a two Kazinti this week.
Wow. Really didn't like it. Wow.
Let's just go almost bottom. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I think I was kind of like you. I mean, I knew what the episode was going to involve, but
Yeah.
I think as it goes on, it just gets.
It gets worse and worse. And then at the end, it's just like, it's just meaningless. It's just meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just ruined by the ending, like most episodes of Star Trek, you know?
Yep. And at least there's a good. There's I don't say there's a good reason, but at least there's a reason in trivia for it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something. She's also starting to become like Cyril Jones for me. The episode's called Manhunt, whatever. You get those two creatures on board, and then it's like, oh, Deanna's mom's also coming. You just like immediately, I was just like, oh my God.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Adri's not on this episode. She really likes Lexana Troy, so
Oh, she really likes.
I was just surprised she's where is she? Where is she at? She
Mm,
should have watched this episode with me and suffered with me.
and she did a long time ago, and she
Yeah,
doesn't. No.
cool.
It
Uh,
is what it is.
yeah.
Well, before we get into the review of the episode, let's first, right off the bat, thanks, Captain Olimar and Ed Markstar, for your Patreon support. We appreciate you guys keeping the show afloat and sending some extra appreciation our way. And as a benefit of being a Patreon supporter of the podcast, you get your comment read during the podcast. So we have one from Captain Olimar on our review of Up the Long Ladder. He says, Irish folk music. Ah, yes, the space Irish.
Yeah.
He says, I was having a pretty good time for the first half of the episode. Worf being sick is whatever, who cares?
Uh-huh.
I'm much more interested in the Irish.
Aren't
They had some
we all?
they had some interesting characters that were admittedly pretty stereotypical,
Yeah.
but I really enjoyed them being on board. Riker is doing his thing again, being super suave. It's fine. He's like the male equivalent to Tasha Yar. I liked the
Wow.
comparison.
That's rude.
I like the comparison of Kirk and how he is besmirched by media as a womanizer. This is untrue. He's got game, but he ain't got time for ladies not named Enterprise.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I said. The stereotype is I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I agree.
I'm sick of hearing about it.
I think a lot of true Star Trek fans are pretty sick of it too.
Good.
Worf getting them access to booze is hilarious.
It
I'm
is.
I'm glad Caleb noticed that after being denied food, they immediately tried to distill booze.
They're Irish.
I was having a pretty good time until Irish Dad brought up the second colony.
Yeah.
Second colony has a lot of problems and they ruin the Irish. Why is the solution to dump the Irish with the clones? This has always bothered me. The talk of polyandry and polygyny is weird, and I'm sure everyone is really happy with the arrangement.
Yep.
I don't like Second Colony. It feels to me like forced conflict written into the plot. Yes. Something bad has happened to some of the crew, or else no one will care about what's happening, I guess. When denied salvation, they resort to gene stealing. That'll work.
Yep.
I did like how ticked off Riker was to be cloned. Pretty funny. Maybe I'm too much of a prude, but forget Second Colony. They ruined a pretty fun episode, to me at least. 2 Kazintis.
Mm,
Yeah.
excellent.
So it seems like if the episode revolved just around the Irish, you might have enjoyed it.
Well, it's really a win-win for the Irish people. They got off their planet. They got Klingon booze, and they got to procreate. I mean, pretty good.
It's a really weird thing. After they deny the second colony, Mariposa colony, and then
Yeah.
they go and Riker blasts away their clones, and they go back to the ready room. And they're like, the only way to fix this is to have
Yeah.
everybody have.
Sex.
It's like, why though?
Because sex will fix it.
It's like they scream about the Prime Directive with so many things, and then it's like the second they just don't like how these two people are existing in their own societies. They're like, don't care. It's like,
Yeah.
don't interfere with the Mariposa colony. Like, they want DNA. We don't want to give it to them. See you later. And it's like, oh, the Irish people live in ancient times. Okay, just take them to another planet. Who cares? And I get like that
Yeah.
doesn't make for fun television, but like maybe write something that makes sense to the world that you're building.
Yeah. Make it fun. I don't think we even talked about the Prime Directive in that episode because there was so much other stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good point. Why did they feel
Right,
the
right.
need
It
to like
doesn't-
do any of that stuff?
Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all, but that's all right, you know? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a thing of the past. Well, that was our Patreon supporters' comments for this week. But if you would like your comment read on the channel, make sure to head on over to Patreon and pick a tier that best works for you. But if Patreon doesn't work for you, you can always just wait a day and look for our other video series called Hailing Frequencies Open, where we read other comments that are on the channel. So we appreciate everybody doing that and leaving comments below. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the review. So obviously it opens, and I thought, ooh, Caleb likes this. Dress
Yeah,
uniform.
Love it.
Yep, Picard in his dress uniform. It's
That's
pretty
gonna
good.
be all of my trophies this week. Is the dress uniform.
Then we go in, they get beamed up, and it's the Antedians, whatever.
Yep. They're frozen.
Yeah, they're frozen fish sticks, people.
Yep. Because they're so scared of space.
Yeah. So this is immediately what I had like an issue as they like after they beamed them up and then they start to explain them. I was just like, okay. So it's like Picard knows that they do this like self catatonic like state, but yet he still addresses them. He's like, welcome, blah 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 blah. And then like they don't.
Yeah.
He's like, well, yeah, because they're asleep.
Oh,
and it's like,
shut up, idiot Wesley. This obviously they're sleeping. That's what they do. They hate space.
it's like, okay.
And why were you talking?
It's also like, why did you bring people into the room that don't know anything about them? It's like, wouldn't you educate yourself or the other person?
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening here? And then the other thing
also,
was,
wouldn't you just beam them directly into like medbay where they can go into like whatever stasis?
yeah, because then Pulaski also knows that they're coming, but doesn't prepare a place for them. So it's like,
No,
how last minute was this? Like,
not
why?
very. They're going to a scheduled conference.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And
Right
then
off
like,
the bat.
and then you said, I was like, so they're holding dignitaries in a transporter room? Like they don't even put them in like in a different room, like a suite or something? Like
No.
they're just over here on the side.
Yeah, we'll just stick them in the corner.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
And then I think we must have gotten a line that you really enjoyed.
Love it.
What a handsome race.
What a handsome race.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good Worf line. It's
Within character. It's within character.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, they bring it back around later when he talks to Wesley about it. Is that how you felt about me, Wesley?
Oh god, no.
You thought I was a disgusting, hideous monster?
Yeah, we'll definitely
Well,
get
yeah.
there.
I hate aliens, just like Luxana.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like,
I'm a space racist. Obviously, Worf.
yeah, because he gets up to the bridge and he's like, man, those things are gross looking. And I was like, okay, so he's xenophobic. And then Data's like,
Yeah.
that's like a really bad thing to do.
Yeah.
And then Picard's like, That's true, Wesley. You shouldn't be like that. But man, are they ugly. And I was just like, wait, now Picard's doing it? Because he tries to cover it up with like, well, they probably view us as ugly too, but then that's still
Mhm.
qualifying that they're ugly. And like it's okay to call them ugly
Yeah.
because they think we're ugly. And it's like that's not
Yeah.
how this works.
No, that's fine. Xenophobia is still a thing. It's great.
You could like clearly tell that people who had antiquated ideas of race were
Yeah.
writing this episode.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
And then your favorite beamed right aboard, Luxwanda
Yeah.
Troy.
Well, first of all, they put her on screen
Oh, that's right. She's on the shuttle
and
in the
he's like,
beginning.
Captain, I have somebody that needs to go on board your ship. And she's like, I'll talk for you. And she like comes right into
Mhm.
the screen. I was just like, oh, oh my God. So I watched, I forget what day. I think I watched this Monday night. Usually I watch it Tuesday night,
Yeah.
but I was like, I had time Monday and I
Yeah.
was awake. So I watched it. And
Okay.
I'm happy that I watched it then and not when I usually do, because I probably would have fallen asleep.
That would have been like, what happened here? And you'd be like, I don't know.
I don't know. I woke up and the fish people were eating fish, and then I went back to sleep.
It has like the potential to be interesting,
Oh yeah.
but like it really almost goes nowhere. But then
No.
you
Yeah.
said, Lexana Troy comes on after the musical intro, and she's also xenophobic because she hates those things immediately.
Oh yeah. And she doesn't shut up about it the whole episode.
Right. I was like, okay.
And she's supposed to be better than, the Betazoids are supposed to be better and more, put together and older
Right.
and wiser than humans, and she's still just yeah.
And that's the thing too, is like I get that like she seemed like she forced her way in to be like the ambassador representing Beta Z,
Yeah.
but at the same time it's like, but she's an ambassador. Like she should have some couth here.
No.
Then we got your favorite, the luggage gag again. That was great.
Yeah, it was funny as always. I do like that Riker carried it though. I thought that
Yeah,
was
it is
funny.
fun. It is funny that Riker carried it. I didn't dislike it too much.
I like that immediately
Jonathan,
Picard's like, no, not doing that.
yeah, Picard was like, no, I've.
First and last, baby. First and last.
And then I did like how Riker, when he carries it, he makes this like Jonathan Frakes has a really good face when he's carrying
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's a funny gag because it's like he struggles to lift it and carry it all the way down the hallway, and then Mr. Home literally just picks it up like like it's a pillowcase, Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Then this weird line happens,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know how to explain it. Maybe somebody else understands it. So Laxana says to her daughter, "Is he still yours?" And Deanna says, "Humans no longer own each other that way."
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, what does that mean?
He has nice legs too, little one. Is he still yours? Humans no longer own each other that way, Mother.
Really? That's a custom we may have to introduce again.
Yeah.
Does that mean that marriages don't exist anymore?
Nope.
Is she referring to slavery?
Yep.
It's like, is she referring to a
I don't know.
400-year-old issue of humans owning humans? Like, I just didn't get it.
I don't understand because, yeah, I know because she's talking about like, are you and Riker still together? She's like, oh, well, humans don't like own each other anymore. And I was like, that's not what she's talking about, though.
Right.
Because even when you're married, I don't know how it is, the next 40 years, but when you're married, you don't really like own the other person.
No. No.
So the only time we ever owned people was, yeah, back in slavery times.
Like, okay.
And that's not a good thing to reference.
Right.
But it goes back to my complaint of always of like they don't understand the time period and what people would be talking about and what would be relevant.
Right.
They're always referencing stuff that's either 400 years in the past that we get as the viewer, which
Right.
they wouldn't even be talking about, or things that they don't understand because, oh, isn't that funny? They're so far in the future they don't understand this. But then they also use phrases and stuff that like normal people in our timeline use that they wouldn't have.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I don't. It's all over the place.
It is all over the place. So I don't know. If somebody had a better understanding of that, let us know.
Skip it.
Skip it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was really weird that Riker just leaves after he drops off the luggage. He literally brings it into the room. He's like, huh, all right. And then he just leaves. He doesn't stay there with Picard. And I was like,
Yeah.
why?
Don't know.
I thought it was a great line that she talked about how human men are just a thing to use. That was
Yeah,
really
that
good.
was
I was
good.
like,
Get it because it's like reversed.
yeah,
It's cool. It's funny. That's how alien they are.
that's how he. Also, the really weird thing was, so she invites him to dinner. He's on the bridge. They're all doing their thing, and
That's a weird scene too. Yeah.
they're talking about,
Wear your dress uniforms, everyone,
yes.
to dinner tonight. And they're like, I don't have a dinner.
And then nobody, like the comm badges don't work or something. It's immediately just like, hey, Captain, what are you talking about? Just that's all it took. Hey, I'm Riker, and what were you talking about?
But it's like, that line of like, hey, so I expect everybody to wear their dress uniforms to dinner tonight. And they're like, I wasn't invited to any dinner. It's like, well, the captain just told you to wear your dress uniforms to dinner, which means the captain just told you you're going to dinner in your dress uniforms, right? Isn't that?
Right. This is
It's
how
not an
the story.
invitation, it's a command. So,
Right.
what are we talking about?
Like, oh man, I don't know what he's talking about. I better go get information so I can show up with my dress uniform.
This is weird. Do you find this to be weird, Wesley? Yeah, I find it weird. It's like it's stupidly written and dumb so that he can show up and be like, "Oh, this is a one-on-one thing." Oh. It's like,
Yep.
okay.
But you know what? Great scene.
Yeah.
Mr. Holm drinking all the booze.
Well, it's great. Yeah. Yeah, he brings that full bottle.
Yeah, that like Barbasol. Like
I thought he was gonna like drink it and then like spit it all back into the
oh.
bottle so that way he'd be like testing it for poison, and
Oh,
then he
wow.
would serve it.
That's
I would have
funny.
loved that. I would have loved that.
Nope, he just thinks whatever you hand him, he's gonna drink. Plus, he loves booze.
I forgot he's an alcoholic. That's a pretty funny bit. Yeah.
I just like Patrick Stewart and Carol here. Just like he just like is standing around. Picard's like, okay, clearly this is not where I want to be. And then he's
Uh-huh.
like politely hands him the what do they call that? Kind of like gift, like housewarming kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, very good. And he just starts to do it, and then Picard's like, oh, and then he just can't because he can't
Yeah.
believe the guy's drinking all of it.
Yeah, he just gives up on it.
I just like that Mr. Holmes is like, he just nods to him like, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Home, he loved it.
And then we learned in Haven that he does talk because he talks at the end of the episode, which is
Oh yeah.
funny. And also, Luxana says that he won't shut up. So I thought it was really funny that in the scene, he's like, what do you mean? What do I do? And then he's like, no, nobody else is coming. And then he does he points at Picard and then points playfully, like beyond Picard, like behind him.
Yeah.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah, pretty funny.
And then Picard is alone with Luxana.
Uh-oh. I wonder what she could be doing. I enjoy this scene for what it is. I like that, like, as soon as Picard realizes, like, oh, this
Oh.
is he's like, yo, you know who loves talking about like ad nauseum about things? Data.
I was really hoping Data would show up in his dress uniform. I was really
Oh
hoping
man, yeah.
that would have been funny.
That would have been good, yeah.
Yeah, because like Picard tries to respect her. He's trying to be polite about it, but then he has to like immediately use Data as an out. And Data's like, oh, wow, yes. He's like, I'll come right there from the bridge immediately. And of course, the gong is back. Wonderful.
Gong is back, yeah. I'm glad she wasn't very hungry.
True. And the thing that I just kept, and I get it. I get like they here in a little bit, they unfortunately explain it. But the thing I kept thinking before the explanation was like, how is this woman an ambassador? Like she's like a relic. She's like from a
Yeah.
time that doesn't make sense. And to me personally, I know she's terrible in Haven, but she feels a million times worse in this episode.
She's really bad in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really bad.
But then, like you were saying, and I don't know what the non-emotion word for it is, but basically Data is genuinely pleased that Picard cares so much about irrelevant information
Yeah.
when he's sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely fascinating Data. And he's like, it is. Oh,
I
that
know it's kind of sad too. Because like when they do leave, Data's like, oh, this and this, and Picard's like, all right, Data, shut up about it. I'm so sick of hearing about it.
I did think he was a little tender with him though when they leave. He was
Yeah,
like,
he's kind of like, all right, like later,
but
we'll talk about
but
it.
he does also say to him like, you will never know how much I owe you for like what you did.
Yeah.
And we get that basically incredibly unnecessary explanation scene between Deanna and Pulaski, where Deanna explains that I don't know, Betazoid females have puberty in like their 50s
Yeah.
or their
Yeah,
60s,
they go through space menopause, but it's the opposite
but it's the
of
opposite.
Earth and menopause.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to look at it. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny that Pulaski was like, well, that actually probably would do the captain some good. Because he's so like doesn't do anything ever, he's so
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought that was a little funny. But yeah, the whole thing is just like, oh my God. And then they talk about it again.
Oh yeah, and then the thing
Yeah.
too was like I get Pulaski's like kind of a jerk to Picard. That's like the whole gimmick with her character, but it's like why would Deanna be okay with it? Like, oh man, it would be fun to let Picard squirm. Like, don't go in there to do it. And then none of that scene matters because Troy immediately interrupts the dinner. She just comes in.
Yeah.
And then Picard's like, "Oh wow, your daughter's here. I gotta go." And Data's like, "Well, I'll stay and keep talking." And she's like, "No, please don't." And then he's like, "Okay." So it's
Yeah.
like whatever that scene was about was
Hmm.
practically pointless.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Like I don't need a scene to say that this lady is like super sexually charged or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of got it.
Right. But then like you said, as we advance time here and he's like now in the ready room with them. He's
I
now
don't find
being
any of this amusing.
right. He's being explained what's going on with her. It's like I was happy that he got to explain that he's not actually a pervert about
Yeah.
her. That was
Yeah,
nice.
so here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So she says, "Oh, well, when they're in this state, their emotions are like don't read as good."
Yes.
Like she's thinking the opposite of what Picard is thinking. So like Picard's not attracted to her, but she's thinking, "Oh yeah, he's super attracted to me."
Right, right.
It's like, okay. But even in the last time that we saw her,
Yes.
her big joke was like, "Oh, Picard, that's really inappropriate of you to be thinking about that." And he gets like all embarrassed. But they do the same thing in the end of this episode, and I'm just like, "But is he?" Because you just explained to me that she's not. So are those people not assassins? I'm very confused. I'm very confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing to do. It makes no sense. I get it's supposed to be like he's a prim and proper guy, and so you make him think about a lady's butt or something, and then it's
Yeah.
like, look how dirty he is. He's a dirty old man, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't get it. Wouldn't that be funny if like alien women enjoyed like sex? That would be pretty funny. That would be different.
I just the whole stuff where like Deanna is explaining it, and I get it. I get it. It's fine. It's a thing where it's like if this wasn't like a written show, these are real people and this was a real thing. Like aliens being a certain way about certain stages of life and certain things about life, whatever.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Who cares? It's like, oh, so they're like more charged and like super more crazy about sex.
They do the same thing with the Vulcans too.
Yes. But it's just like I rolled my eyes because one, Deanna is like they're not gonna play the sexy card with Diana Muldaur because she's older. So it's like they're not gonna play the sexy card with her. So they're gonna do it with Marina Sirtis because she's
Yeah.
the only like younger female on the senior staff. And then because Majel Barrett is Roddenberry's wife, they're like, well, obviously we're gonna play this up too, that she's super sexy. And
Yeah.
then it's like, okay. It's like, yeah, they love sex. These two characters, our character, we love it. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. It really made me roll my eyes like a lot
Yeah.
during
Yeah,
that
we
scene.
get it. We get it.
And then the thing that didn't, I just like, I didn't understand was like, because of this condition that she has, can't reason with her. And I was like,
No.
okay. It's like also,
She's like a cat in the heat, you know.
right. And I was just like also what Deanna says is like very biased. And it's like Picard's like, well, I'm not gonna like perpetuate this thing that she's doing. And it's like, well, that would spurn her. I was like, so what?
So what? Yeah. Because the alternative is the R word, right? Is that's what we're getting at, you know?
Yeah,
So
right.
also,
I
right,
was
you understand that like the captain, Picard and Riker and anybody on the ship isn't gonna marry your mom, right? You understand that?
right.
So what are we doing?
It's like also he's the captain of the flagship for Starfleet, so it's
Yeah.
like he can kind of decide what he's doing, and also him not pursuing her. I get it's like just for yucks, but like I'm pretty sure the Federation would drop her as an ambassador if it was like no, she when she goes around and she forces people to have relationships with her.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so she's not doing what she's been assigned to doing. She's doing like weird, creepy things. It's like, yeah, we'll ask somebody else from Beta Z.
It's really stupid. Yeah, I feel like she kind of like weaseled her way in somehow.
I I personally think that if they had gotten rid of Deanna and Pulaski talking in the corridor and this scene in Picard's ready room, I think if they had gotten rid of it, the episode wouldn't have been quite as terrible.
As bad, yeah.
I think these two scenes are probably really clearly written by stupid men who think like, oh
Yeah.
man, isn't it funny that like she's so sexually charged and like can't wait to, and you're just like, okay, it
That
just
is pretty funny.
doesn't add
Oh,
to anything.
it's hilarious.
But perhaps what we'll learn in trivia, the whole reason this is an episode, Dixon Hill is back.
Dixon.
Well, this is the halfway point, so go down to the comment section and write city blocks.
Uh,
I did like Picard relaxing at the desk. That was nice. I did like that. Him
yeah.
pushing the hat down over his face and resting. That was nice.
The Dixon Hill stuff to me is just so confusing to me. It's just so if you want to go like relax,
Yeah.
Don't go into like a private detective book full of action. You know,
Yeah.
that's probably a bad idea.
It also feels like what's something that I don't even know, Caleb, you'd have to tell me, but like what's something you're like loosely familiar with? Like you have
Yeah,
broad idea concepts of what it's about, and you're
yeah,
like, I'd love to spend some real good time in that world.
yeah. I'd like to be the main character in that world. Yeah.
It's like
Oh my God. I
it's
know.
something it's like novels that he read, but he hasn't read them in like 20 or 30 or 40 years. Like
It's
it's
so
been such a
stupid.
long time since he's read them. But he can't resist. It's almost like it's something he
Oh,
read when he was like a
yeah.
little kid, like a 10, 12 year old.
He read it while he was recovering from that sword through his heart.
And then he was like, this brings me back to simpler
Oh,
times.
this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy the bit
Yes.
where he's like, "Hey, so I don't really want this to be like violent." The computer's like, "All right." And then the guy comes in, like grabs him. And he's like, "Hey, so this is still too
Not
like."
this, yeah.
And then the next guy comes in with a machine gun. He's just like, "Okay, well, you're not understanding, computer." And the computer's like, um, I'm within the parameters of the novel. This is what happens every
This
single
is
episode of
this is the
this.
yeah.
I can only do so much with this storyline, like
I literally wrote in my notes, it only makes varieties of the same theme kind of like Chat GPT.
yes.
It's like I can only deal with the same parameters here. I'm gonna get close, but not quite right.
But that also shows you too that like whatever this book is that he's obsessed with, like doesn't have any
Like,
substance
no.
because this is what it is. A guy comes in,
Rough
mad,
roughs
trying
them
to
up,
kill
yeah.
him,
Yeah.
try to rough him up. You gotta find this person, and it's a whole thing. Oh, you can't go to the bar because that's where Willie's looking for you.
Uh, what a rich
What a
world.
wow. Yeah, I would love to be main character in that world.
We talked about it a little bit, but Worf calls out Wesley's xenophobia. And
Yep.
then when Wesley's like, I don't really mean it, Worf just literally doesn't say anything to him, which I was like, cool. So you're really like doubling down that Wesley is a space racist.
Yeah, space racist.
To me, this would make sense. These type of dialogues back and forth would make sense in like Enterprise. Like, hey, when I
Yeah.
first saw you, I was like terrified of you, and like I kind of thought you were scary looking and like weird. But like now that I've gotten to know you and seen more Klingons,
Yeah.
like it's not that bad. Like,
When
oh,
I first saw that your eyes, ears, mouth, and nose were all in the same place, but you had like ridges on your head, I was like, oh, oh, disgusting.
and then a really good scene that you've been waiting for me to talk about this whole time,
I'm trying to even remember.
where Lexana is real creepy with Wesley.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. I blocked it.
She teeters on being a pedophile,
Oh yeah. Well,
and then immediately is like, "But it's okay. You're a child, so I won't abuse you." I'm like, "Okay, well at least there's that."
I would totally sleep with a Klingon,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't marry a Klingon. So
I'm
you're
not.
out.
I'm not a man, he says, and I was just like, "Okay, whatever." I'm not even gonna delve into that. That was a stupid
No,
line.
no, no,
Then
no,
Mr.
no.
Home again can't talk, so this is the sign for Geordi.
Yeah, who else on the ship could I sleep with? And he's like,
Yeah.
and she's
He's
like,
like,
oh, yes, the blind one. I was like, oh my
uh,
God. I just enjoy too that like she's like, oh well, if the captain's busy, I have a backup plan. And like, what's your
everyone.
backup plan? I'm gonna find somebody on this ship. There's 800 people on the ship. Only senior staff though. I
Oh
only am
yeah.
interested in senior staff.
Yeah, you're never talking to anybody else.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
It's
really
really,
good.
really, really good. I did like though or point in this direction of the episode. I did like that when Picard comes back from his office into the thing and he's talking. He had forgotten to restart the program, so the lady's like frozen, trying to put her lipstick on,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Computer restart
Mm.
program."
I keep forgetting I need to bring money.
Yeah.
But also, like lines like that are funny to me, but also it's just like, couldn't he just be like, computer, can you put like money in my pocket?
Yeah, computer freeze program. Computer, give me appropriate denominations of
Yeah.
money for this establishment. Zoom. And then he's like, great. And he puts it in his pocket and he's like, computer, continue program. Takes 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's also just like it doesn't make any
No.
sense. It's
At
so
this point,
stupid.
it's not funny because it's like I've been dragged through the mud so far that then when they're like, now we're going to drag him through the mud, you're like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Isn't this funny? And you're like, no, nothing about this is funny.
And then this is the thing that drove me nuts about this scene is like, okay,
Wrap it up.
he's like
Wrap it up.
computer. Yeah. He's like computer. I can't stand these variations of the same theme. He's like, so I'm gonna leave this place and go to the bar and like drink and right? It's like, okay. And then right before they go to the commercial break,
Here's your gun.
she's like, here's your gun. And that was like, what? Like,
Yep.
he was like, well, that sounds fun. It was just like, this doesn't make any sense.
Do you want to go have a drink with me, Vanessa? Whatever her
Trying to
name is.
trying to get away from women hitting on me, so I'm gonna hit on a woman.
Oh, you got to bring your gun. Didn't you read the note on your desk? He didn't read any of the notes on his desk, actually.
I think when the second hologram let go of him and he smashed his face in the desk, he had like too much brain injury and immediately just forgot what he was doing in the holodeck.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Come back from commercial break. Thought it was funny that like Picard is drinking and smoking. That was kind of a funny thing.
Yeah.
This was weird to see him like take cigarettes and like get like light and like smoke, and then he's like looking at it. I was just like, okay, this is strange.
So I enjoy him being in the bar. I think it's totally funny that he like ran away to the holodeck. I just don't understand why nobody put like security out front of the holodeck.
No.
Nobody ever thought like Luxano was gonna like find like, hey computer, where's Picard?
Nope.
Oh, he's in the holodeck on deck 3. Like, oh.
Nope. You know what's probably the second best quote of the episode besides "What a Handsome Race"? Turbo tube.
Turbo tube. Yeah. The turbo tube or whatever you call it.
And I was like, oh, when I heard turbo tube,
that is what we call it.
You're very familiar with ships and people and their customs.
Exactly.
What a great ambassador.
What a great ambassador. I mean, if I wanted an ambassador on my side, first choice.
I personally think it would have made so much more sense if she just was like her mom. Like she was on that planet and she requested to be beamed up. And it just was like annoying mom parent. Her being like high status and you have to like bow to her because she's an ambassador, and like Starfleet is also like, we expect you to, give her full ambassador rank. It makes everybody else around her stupid. It's like, she's a stupid character, and that's fine.
She wouldn't get away with this stuff if she wasn't
exactly.
if she wasn't related.
Right, exactly.
Like they just let her do whatever she wants. Like, no, that's not
how any of this works.
No, that's not how any of this works.
And so obviously got to hang on a tension moment. And so Lwaxana tries to own Riker, and Wesley is shocked over Lwaxana's announcement. And I was like, is it because it's so random and unexpected, or because it's an ancient human custom?
You got it. Both.
I was like,
Riker.
Or is he shocked over like that he's now her slave? I was like, I don't know what to think.
Riker, I didn't even know you were dating.
He's like, marriage, or whatever he says. Don't get it, don't want to get it, can't get it.
Don't care to get it.
But this is the perfect time for trivia.
Oh, not again. All right, now you're overacting.
The producers had looked for some time for a way for Lwaxana Troy, Majel Barrett, to return.
Oh, good.
So they thought it would be fun to reprise the well-received Dixon Hill setting in the same episode.
It would.
The Giraffe was heavily inspired by Raymond Chandler and film noir, including cynical voiceovers for Picard in the role as Hill. The holodeck plot was based on Chandler's novels Farewell, My Lovely, and The Little Sister. These elements were removed in later revisions. It is suggested that the voiceovers were dropped as to avoid confusion with the captain's logs, because people don't understand narration; they don't get it.
That's true. It was about 3:30 in the afternoon. I was just returning to my office for the day.
They're like, "Is this about the Enterprise?" I don't.
Next thing I know, some damsel comes walking in my office.
Why would Captain Picard be
What?
talking like
I don't.
this?
What timeline is it?
Oh, God. So Terry Devereaux obviously is Tracy Torme. That was a pseudonym because, as with the Royale, he was greatly disappointed with the revisions to his script by Maurice Hurley, and used the pseudonym in protest.
He certainly fixed it this time.
Oh man, beautiful. And this is the last episode he wrote because he
certainly fixed it this time.
He leaves at the end of season 2.
Good.
Reality is Maurice Hurley made it terrible because he wrote. Tracy Torme wrote a good episode, I would assume, and then Maurice Hurley was like, "This is trash. I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
Because according to Rob Bowman, director, he said they changed it a great deal to accommodate Majel and sacrificed what Tracy and I thought were some of the noir nuances to the show. The emphasis was shifted from the noir to Majel. This is the boss's wife, and she only does it once a year, so it should be accommodating for her, and that's what you did. He continues to recall, this one was to be Majel Barrett's episode, and she's a fascinating woman. I was asked to make sure that she did her best, so every day, that's what we worked on. There's really no story tie-in between her wants and Picard going to Dixon Hill. It was just a way for us to get to the past. We had a great time doing the 40s stuff. I had looked forward to that since the big goodbye. I thought the episode came out just fine, although we did have some funky problems. The funny things is that you have characters that are several hundred years in the future from where we are now who go back to that time warp to the 40s. And it's not like Bogey back then. You have a man, Picard, who is so far advanced intellectually, dealing with what are essentially cave people. I found it to be rather fun and challenging, being a different point of view in that style, but no problem.
Yeah.
It's like I get it. They're also not cave people because that's like thousands of years.
But writing a bad episode just so the boss's wife can have another role, like, is a stupid excuse to me.
So basically, what I interpret from that writing, because that's as much as I found about it. Basically, what I interpret from that is Tracy Torme wrote a script about Picard going into the holodeck again and having a Dixon Hill adventure. Period.
Yeah.
Like the big goodbye. And the director, Rob Bowman, was like, "Nice. I love this. I love the big goodbye. This is perfect." They then presented it like Melinda was telling us. They then present the episode. And then Maurice Hurley got his hands on it and was like, "This episode would be perfect since this like holodeck stuff is meaningless. This is a perfect episode to bring Lwaxana Troy back, like bring Majel Barrett in." And it's like, okay, so what do we do? It's like, well, let's rewrite it so that she's in this episode. And as they were rewriting it, they just kept ripping out more of the Dixon Hill stuff to accommodate her character.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we got to leave some of the holodeck stuff in there because that's like kind of the point of the script. So we'll just have him hide from her like in the holodeck and we'll just let
Yeah.
that play out.
Got it. Got it. I don't hate him hiding in the holodeck, but it seems like he had 2 episodes easy
100%.
and you meshed them together to the point where you lost both plots, you know?
Yeah, totally. And then the last bit of trivia here is drummer Mick Fleetwood of Fleetwood Mac
Nice.
appears in a cameo role under heavy makeup as an Antedian dignitary.
Cool.
Makeup artist Alan A. Ipone recalled that Fleetwood was a huge fan of Star Trek and wasn't bothered by the fact that he would be unidentifiable. The
Well,
makeup
that's good.
process took approximately 2.5 hours to apply. And then Mick Fleetwood goes on to say, I always loved Star Trek. I play an Antedian, half man, half fish. Not that it was a huge part, but I loved that I could be part of it in some shape or form. I shaved my beard to put all the prosthetics on. I said, I'll shave my beard off if you promise me that I get to beam down or beam up, at least one of those things. Either up or down, you've got to promise me that it's in the script.
Yeah. They beamed him up all right.
And they do. They beam me down into the ship. So I shaved my beard off and I had a lot of fun.
Nice.
So I thought you would at least appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That looks like an absolute nightmare. I like how they had to paint like black around his eyes and then the mask covers up his eyes anyway.
Maybe so that I think he can see through the gills in the front, right?
They're supposed to be like little gills, yeah.
So I think that they paint around it so that if he opens his eyes to look out, like you don't see any of him underneath the mask. I'm gonna assume that's what that was for.
It's funny.
Yeah. So that's cool. I don't know. Fleetwood Mac's a good band, and it's fun that this guy was like he couldn't have cared less that like nobody would know that that's him underneath it.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
it
he
like
knows.
So we come back from trivia, and Riker stops Deanna from going and chasing after Luxana.
Yeah. I'm with your mother now, so
Do
don't
what your father tells you.
don't now you can call me dad for real.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Really?
I have to go tell Picard I'm married to Riker.
Yep. I like that Data was like, wait, you're gonna go? He was like, yes. He was like, can you please give me 5 minutes? And he was like, sure. And then he's dressed up. He comes in dressed up
Yeah.
and I really liked the fact that he like remembered his character's like bio essentially from the last time he was in there. He was like, oh no, I'm Carlos and I'm from South America.
I'm from South America.
And he was like, yeah.
That's why my skin is gold.
Then there was a really weird part that they had wrote in, and I didn't understand it. I thought it was really strange. Was Picard asks what Rex's last name is, and instead of the computer giving him a fake last name,
yeah.
as if like, since it seems like in the novel this Rex character isn't ever given a last name, but instead of the computer just being like his last name is Smith or Thomas or something, right?
Yeah.
The computer programmed the bartender to be like, guess I don't have one.
I don't know. I'm not real.
Right. And I was like, that's a little too much sentience in my coffee that I like.
Yeah. A little bit.
And then when she's trying to look for him, I forget how it gets to the point where she's gonna look for him and then she talks to herself essentially on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, this infernal machine, how does this thing? And it's like, yeah, and she tells her. And when you look at the graph of like where she is and where Holodeck 3 is, it's like around the corner.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really weird that Picard would go to the holodeck like
on the same deck,
like a few hallways over.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like too that you can just anybody can just walk into the holodeck at all times. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, last time she was on the ship, she used the computer to give her instructions on how to get somewhere and had no recollection of that. So
No.
that's good.
No. Also, she's oblivious to what a holodeck is and what a hologram is.
Yeah. Also, like she's so great at like, telepathy. Like, couldn't she just like sense where Picard is?
Yes. But she can't because remember, she's like crazy.
She's like really like horny. So,
Right.
got
Yeah,
it. No, that makes sense. That makes
that makes
sense.
sense. I just was like, how does she live in this society and have no idea what holodecks and holograms are?
I just don't get it. It's just so stupid.
As an ambassador for Beta Z, she's never interacted with a hologram or
Nope.
been in a holodeck like for any
Mm-mm.
reason. It's like wouldn't other dignitaries like use holodecks for like to hold big conferences?
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
no. Okay. No.
She just stays on Beta Z and she just like does her conference on the screen with her mind powers. So,
Hmm. I see. Then we get the great cut to back to the med bay because now they're in the med bay. Pulaski, after days of not doing anything, finally gets them in there, and then they're like, "Food, food."
yeah, they're like screeching.
Yeah. And they're like,
Oh, sick.
then there's a scene where I rewound it several times, and I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to piece together what really happened. And I think I figured it out, and it's when her mom is leaving because it's now all that nonsense is over with that she doesn't realize that he's a hologram man, all that stupid stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's now leaving the ship, and the turbo tube doors open, and her mom goes out, and then behind both of them is Mr. Home, and then Deanna, as she walks out, she does this like little like weird skip dance thing out of the turbo tube.
Oh.
And I was like, why? Why? And I was like, is this like a weird goof that they just like left in the episode? And I kept rewinding it, and so I couldn't really figure out what was going on because it almost made it look like the turbo lift had gone down too far and like she was stepping up. But then later in this like scene, when she's walking up to the transporter pad, she has like a really long dress. Like her train is really
Oh.
long. And I think Marina was just trying not to like basically kill Majel Barrett by stepping on that and like yanking her back kind of a thing. So
That's funny.
it was a funny blip.
That's pretty good.
This is the thing. I know at this point you were a broken person, but
Yeah.
I honestly didn't hate the fact, like, this is how I want her character to be. Is like she's so be above everybody and so beyond it all that it doesn't matter. And I really kind of weirdly enjoyed her coming in and being like, no, those guys are assassins.
Mm.
And then them being like, how outrageous. And then she's like, your transporter isn't going to pick up on these things. Their dressers covered in this, imperceptible explosive.
Yeah.
I just liked how she went about like revealing it and then like how they came to it. And I know it's like a blink and you miss it, like 1 minute scene, but I don't know. I did like that. I don't really know why, but I did like it. I guess maybe because it made my mind think that that's why she was so awful to them is because like she knew that they were bad and didn't care about telling it to anybody because it was like they're just sleeping and I'm more focused on my thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, that's the issue with for me is that like the whole time
Yeah, there's
she
just
knew
people
that
with
they were like dangerous.
right, and there's people with like bomb clothing on, and she's not
Yeah, they're
telling
wearing
anybody.
bombs and it's just weird. It's just weird to me.
No,
But
it's like, and I totally understand why anybody would hate it and not like it. I don't disagree with them. I don't know. I had some weird enjoyment out of it.
I do think it's funny that the whole entire plot of the show is like, well, we got to get these dignitaries. And then the end of it's just like, oh, they're assassins. I wouldn't send them down there. I would just like send them back.
Beam me down because I have no reason to go down there now.
Yeah, I still have to go for some reason.
Yeah, and then the acting choice of Jonathan Frakes made me laugh where Picard says thank you to Loxana, and then Riker behind him is like, oh. He's like so shocked that Picard says it. I was just like, it's okay, my dude.
Yeah.
And then just like she entered, she leaves with a bad pervert joke yet again. So,
Yeah, it's good.
well, that was our review of the episode. I'm sure a lot of people feel like Caleb. I can tolerate it just because it's like the Q problem where I've seen enough to not like loathe her presence, but
The Q problem.
It's pretty it's pretty grating overall. But we're not just going to end the episode here. We're going to first do the thing that everyone's been waiting for.
Caleb.
So, Caleb, who gets the Erica Ortegas Award for being the most unlikable?
Lexana Troy.
Okay.
It's a really stupid question to ask.
Okay. I have to go on about it. Next is the Elizabeth Cutler Award for being the most forgettable character of the episode.
The drummer from Fleetwood Mac.
This guy. I don't even know if I could point at which one he is.
Probably the main one.
Maybe. It would be really funny if he's like the secondary.
He's the one that stands in the back.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
I was surprised you didn't give it to Jordy since he's not in the episode at all.
Nah, I don't care.
Fleetwood Mac drummer. Love it. I mean, who gets the Mugatu Award for being the best alien of the episode?
That's Worf.
Shocked. You know what? You know what though? It's okay. We're gonna take Worf. But at least you had Mr. Home to pick from, who wasn't like an egregious alien. So
yeah, but I gave it to him last time he was on screen.
I won't this time.
And the fish people didn't do enough for me to really register to me that I enjoyed them.
Yeah. What a handsome race. Well, next is the Trip Tucker Award for the MVP of the episode.
I'm going to give it to Jordy. Because there must have been some issue in the engineering that he was involved with the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So while all this garbage is going on, Jordy's in the engine room keeping the ship running and making sure the ship doesn't blow up.
He was smart enough to not come around.
Yeah, he heard that Luxana was coming out, and he was like, well,
time to make some problems in engineering that I'll have to fix.
I'm going to go lock myself into a Jeffrey tube.
I can hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Next is the Spock Award for the best line of the episode.
It's when Deanna's explained to him, like, like you can be, up to like 10 times.
Yeah.
And she's like, quadruple. And he's like, quadruple?
Well, yeah, what he said, yes, the line is, he's like, yeah, he's explaining to Picard that, like, when women reach this part of their life, that, like, their sex drive quadruples. And then Deanna says, and more. And he's like, more?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I didn't want to scare you. And then he smiles.
Yeah. Best line in the episode right there.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next is the Shran Award for the best action sequence.
That's when the fish people wake up and eat all the squids.
I thought it was going to be the guy bursting through with the machine gun, but I'll take it.
No.
Eating those fish.
It's disgusting.
Would you like me to prepare your room?
I don't know what that means. I don't speak fish. I like how they don't have a universal translator either. We've progressed so far in the future That we don't have universal translators. That's my
Oh no, they
favorite.
do. They just don't use them.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Because why would you? You don't know. You don't learn anything about dignitaries that are coming out on the show.
You don't need any of that crap.
Nope. And that's why next is the NX award for some sweet ship stuff.
10 forward
Beautiful.
because it's great.
Perfect. I don't even think it's in the episode.
Good. No, I know for a fact it's not. And I know that down there,
Better
some
things
cool
are
stuff
happening.
is happening.
Let's cut the whoopee in 10.
What's that Whoopi up to?
No.
That's what I need to know.
And what we need to know is who or what gets the Porthos Award for being the cheesiest thing of the episode.
I think it's got to be all the xenophobia stuff.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Humans in space, they shouldn't have xenophobia. Dignitary that's like 400 years old from Betazoid, different planet, they shouldn't have xenophobia.
Right.
I like how Worf doesn't mention anything about like, oh, I hate humans.
Right. He just
Even
said,
though
his
race like actually does hate humans.
Yes.
He's fine. He doesn't have any xenophobia, but it's everybody else's problem. And that makes me think that maybe the Klingons are right.
Yeah, I mean the reality is it's like all of the Luxana stuff is terrible, but it was weird that they wrote the characters to be like that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And it's again because of the thing that you've complained about is like they're just like, well, the only way for these characters to be relatable is if they think like we do now. And it's like these fish people look gross.
Disgusting.
So it's like that's how our characters feel too. And it's like, but they wouldn't.
But they don't though.
Because
yeah.
It's like this isn't the only thing they've ever seen in their life before.
But they're in space and it's gross.
I love it.
Yeah, but they're like supposed to be searching for new life forms and like being friends with everybody, right? Like, yeah, but it's gross.
Yeah, but not gross ones.
Disgusting.
If they look like humans, they'll let them into the Federation.
Yeah. I only like girls that look like me.
Well, now we've scraped the bottom of the barrel for the lowest of lows. So now let's skim the top of the barrel and ask, what gets the Enterprise Award for being the best scene of the episode?
I like when Picard is at the bar and everybody's in there, and then Luxana comes in there and he like kind of like turns his back like away to like avoid her like seeing him. I think that's funny. So that's got to be it for me.
I love it. Well, hey, we get it, and that was great. So that concludes our review of the episode. But now it's your turn to have your own ceremony, just like Caleb just did, and let us know who gets the Popcorn Award for being the best actor of the episode. You can go down there and write that in the comment section. And while you're down there, take an extra couple minutes and let us know what you thought of the episode. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you want more of it? Or did you find that this hunt for man was not for you?
Man flesh.
Let us know down below.
Down below.
Next time on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Next week's episode is episode 20 of season 2 of Star Trek Next Generation, and that episode is entitled The Emissary.
Oh, boy.
I think you'll survive it. I'll put it to you that way.
Good.
So we have that to look forward to, and can't believe it, but it's The Emissary and one more episode, and we'll have finished season 2.
Yay.
We know that there's technically The Emissary in 2 more episodes, but we're not going to cover the season finale as we normally would. But as always, if you liked our review, like the video. If you disliked our review, dislike the video. Share it with all your friends and family and Trek enthusiasts. Subscribe so you don't miss a review, and ring that bell so you can watch a review as soon as it comes out. And then, when you're done watching this review and you don't want to watch more reviews, you can always head on over to Caleb's channel. Caleb has a fun prop channel where he designs things from pop culture and helps you to make it yourself in your own home for display or for conventions or anything of that nature. Yesterday was another type of podcast like this on his channel where we talk about Dragon Ball Z. So if you like this type of format where one of us has seen it and the other one hasn't, and we talk about things, make sure you catch that. It's fresh on the channel.
Yeah. Who's Goku's dad? Any idea? Nope. Nobody knows.
And while you're over there checking out his catalog of videos, find a video, like it, comment on it, leave a suggestion, subscribe, you decide. We once again appreciate Ed, Mark, Star, and Captain Olimar for all of their Patreon support. We appreciate them being cool extra fans of the show. And we look forward to next week's episode. We thank you guys for doing all the fun, excellent things down below, making our videos and reviews get thrown out into the YouTube algorithm, and we continue to grow our community. So this has been the review. So computer, design a story where I can hide from predatory women looking to attack us. See you guys!